Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to Poker and Positivity, my very first episode. Get this, this is going to be basically uncut, unfiltered when I'm recording this, right? I make notes. We're going to talk about this. I'm going to try to release a video at least once every week. Um, Now, when we begin poker, this first episode, beginning poker live, I'm not talking about online games or anything like that. I'm typically a live player. I like to play live because I like to see my players of what I'm playing against. And this should go to a lot of what you guys could like to do. Or, I mean, unless you like to sit in your pajamas and just play online. I think don't be lonely. This is a game where you can interact with people. So I like to meet people. You can meet a lot of people this way, and definitely enjoy the game a lot better live to me. Also, if you're going to want to become the next World Series of Poker phenom or the World Poker Tour or something like that, you can get more experience because you play more hands online. You're able to, but in a live setting, it's what's going to come down to in winning a WPT event or playing in the World Series of Poker, or if you're traveling, playing on the World Series circuit or WPT Deep Stacks or something like that, right? So, um, if you guys have not checked it out, my website is winatpoker.com. It's my last name. It's Nguyen at poker.com. My new coaching and strategies and poker and the positivity behind poker and what it can be. When you win, you get a high. A lot of people get that high, but then there's also the downside that we'll talk about in another episode on how to counteract those lows. So, now, in regards to playing poker live, whether you're wanting to play tournament or a cash game, there definitely want to show you guys what you could possibly do on how to take advantage of getting comps at the casino and understanding some of the rules that might come along with depending on the casino or the card room that you're in. Now, talking like that, let's start off with cash games going to a casino, your local casino, right? You kind of want to be able to know where you're going. So let's say, you're going to, I don't know, if you're in Oklahoma, you go to WinStar and you go to the poker room. The first thing you want to do is you want to find a kiosk or a players club desk and sign up and get one of those players club cards, because what that's going to do is get you comps. Comps will get you free food, free hotel, and that's definitely what you want when you're playing poker, because you that kind of ties into some of your bankroll management here later on in another episode as well that we'll talk about. But being able to take advantage and get some free food, free lodging. Let's say they might have some major event down the line, you can get free lodging and you don't have to drive home every day if you live in Dallas or Oklahoma City or somewhere around that neighborhood, because WinStar's exit one in Oklahoma, the state of Oklahoma. In case you guys don't know where Oklahoma is, it's right that's just about center of the U.S. So also, next steps after you get your player's card, go to the poker room and find the kiosk, the sign up kiosk, and sign up to play a game. What limit you're wanting to play, what bankroll you're looking to kind of go after, right? So if you have, you know, $300, $500, figure out what limits are comfortable for you. If you're just starting out, I would suggest maybe a limit game, a 4-8 limit game, or even if you're going to do no limit with like $100 buy-in, do a 1-2 or a 1-3 game. You can buy it for $100 up to 300. I think in a limit game, they have some games that are 1-2 no limit, 3-6 no limit, or even 4-6 limit. I meant limit, and you can buy them for $40, $20, $60, or something like that, and stay within your range of what you're comfortable. So if you're still uncomfortable, still trying to find your way, don't be afraid to ask what you can and can't do. So in and that's what you kind of want to do, is ask questions when you're beginning to play in the live poker scene, as what you know. Um, Tight is right. Definitely want to play tight when you're new. People are going to notice that you're new. You do want to pay attention to a few things to take advantage of some of these regular players, right? There's tells, and we'll get more into the tell side of poker, and I'll get into that in another episode here as that gets released. Definitely check out my website. Once again, this video will be on my website, also on YouTube, which you guys can also subscribe and get these video releases when they come up. Follow me on Instagram at Win Poker. That's my last name again, Poker. You guys can add me as a friend on Facebook. My name is Tam Win, and my Facebook is Win at Poker as well. So, also, when you first sit down at a game, kind of pay attention to people's chip stacks, right? How they stack their chips. I mean, are they being fancy with it? Is it a diamond? Are they just trying to stack it high? Is it even 100, even stacks of 20, even stacks of 30? Is it in a circle? Is it in a straight line? Are they taking up space? Are they in 50 stacks? Things like that will help you determine the type of player, the type of person they are. So, playing tight in the first 10 to 15 minutes to see how people are playing, paying attention to limpers versus raisers in late position, paying attention to who knows the dealers by name. If they do, then you know that they're a local regular who plays basically 5 days out of the week, if not more. Right, so it's their home away from home, is what you'll run across. Pay attention to who's busy on their phone. If they're busy on their phone, they're not really paying attention to the game. So they're playing tight for the most part. They're going to try to find a good spot to stick their money in there. It could be even on a flush draw, but they'll show interest, right? Being able to find those tells to take advantage of those players once again. Um, a lot of times you can tell if someone just got off work or just taking a break from work, or that's what they do. Um, what they wear sometimes dictates that, but you can kind of get a feel because as you pay attention to these conversations, they'll talk about work, they'll talk about what they did yesterday. If they're talking about their losing session yesterday, then they know that they're back there to regain or try to win back their money. So those might be the players you might want to target against, but be careful because they know what they're doing in this game. Don't be shy in this game, right? Get a feeler, talk to people, find out what they know about the game by the way they talk. Are they using the poker lingo, or are they trying to pretend like they know the game? There's so many people out there that when you sit down, they're talking about every single hand. Um, Honestly, it's annoying to me that they do that. But because they're talking about every single hand, you know that they're thinking, and they're mad at themselves because they should have played 8-4 offsuit. Now, if they're thinking that way, you can take advantage of them because you can put them on tilt. If you notice them take a bad beat, they'll go on tilt and they'll start splashing money around. You'll see that as it comes along as well. Uh, Another thing to do as a new player, don't rush it, right? If it's your turn to act, even if the dealer is saying, hey, your turn, don't rush it. I call it the 4-second rule. I do the 4-second rule to gauge my position of the certain players that are playing certain hands. After about 10 minutes of you paying attention, you would know who's aggressive, who's loose, who's tight, who plays what possibly in their hand range. You definitely want to know hand ranges when you're playing poker. What hand beats what the positions are, who straddles a lot, and things like that. Understanding dead money when people limp versus dead money in case they limp strong. A lot of players these days, limp with tens and jacks under the gun, and then they'll call a raise, and then, you know, if they get lucky, then you're gonna flop a set or something like that. You definitely want to take the 4 seconds to analyze the hand as it's going on as a new player. Take the 4 second rule, 4 to 8 seconds if you need a little bit longer time to think as the hand goes along. Don't be like, what's his name, Kasuf, and just sit there and just try to talk your way out of the casino, right? Players will hate that, and you don't want people really hating on you unless you're beating them. So that's the only thing you want to do. Also, have a goal to walk away a winner. A winner, think about it. If you're buying in for $100, people assume they need to run it up to 300, 400, 500. Instant math, if you double your money, you're ahead 100%. You're up $50, you're up $50, $150. That's 50% profit. We'll get into a little bit more of the math side of bankroll management as well. Also, even if you're going cold, dead turkey, cards are not going your way, it's okay to take those chips and walk away. Walk away with some chips rather than none is so much better, unless you get coolered, for the poker terms and lingos. I'll put that on my website for you as well. If you get cooler, this means, let's say you've had pocket kings versus pocket aces, and you got it all in there pre-flop, and you lose. That's a cooler. It's okay. It happens. You'll go through the growing pains of beating people, and you go through the and losing sometimes with the best hand. So just because you have aces, don't mean you go all in on it all the time. Depends on the table, the hand at play. So everything is situational for the most part, but don't overthink it as a new player. Kind of play it straightforward. I would say ABC. Check calling to not get yourself involved in big pots too early when you just sit down. But there's nothing you can do if you flop an open-ended straight flush draw and someone's betting the crap out of it. I would rather just ship it with an open-ended straight flush draw and knowing you have so many outs, right? Depending on what hand they have. But for the most part, it'll be you're like a 40% chance to win equity wise. So we'll talk equity, we'll talk pot odds, implied odds, things like that as these videos come out. So once again, guys, definitely check out my website. It's winatpoker.com. Feel free to subscribe. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel as well. That's where these videos will go up, but they'll be on my website under Poker and Positivity. I'm going to be preaching positivity in regards to poker, right? So there's so much negativity in this game recently that I've incurred. So we want to make sure that people have that healthy lifestyle, that balance to be able to play poker, live your life, and enjoy time with your family. Just like anything else, balance in life is important. I've been there where I lost maybe 20, 30 pounds because all I did was play poker for about 60 hours in a day, in a week, 60, 70, 80 hours in a week, and I didn't spend time with who I needed to spend time with, and we are where we are today. So take what we learned from the past, move on, but beginning poker in a cash game, that's definitely what you want to do is go to your local casino, find out what limits they have, what the buy-ins are, what you're comfortable with playing for your first time. Go to the kiosk and get a player's card and put your name on the list. Follow some of these guys on Twitter, right? So you'll know what tournaments are coming out, what cash games are good. Weekends are typically good. Thursday through Saturday nights, poker is really good. Wednesday nights is definitely picking up for poker. Now in a tournament, though, getting into tournament play, you definitely want to find out what the structure is. And we'll get into that as well. So you definitely need a player's card to register for a tournament and sit down and just have some fun with it, right? It's a tournament. Winning a tournament is pretty awesome. It's a great feeling. I've had many opportunities of winning quite a few tournaments in my days, and I definitely want to share those with you as these videos come along. once again, thank you for watching this video. I hope this video helps for beginning poker players, and we'll see you next week.